in that 8th inning. What did you see from your vantage point?
Yeah, it was a fair ball, but that's why we got replay. It's not an umpire. It's tough in a situation like this where at a minor league park, the foul poles aren't as high, so that's why you have replay. They have every angle, and yeah, it's a fair ball.
You mentioned that's why they have replay, but they did not get it right on that call. Are you just kind of scratching your head as to how that can happen?
Yeah, I think everybody is kind of scratching their head, but nothing I can do about it. They missed it, and just got to move on.
What's your thoughts on the official score changing the hit on the Goldschmidt error before he throws his first pitch in the 8th inning?
I didn't look too far into it. I was just locked in on Max.
Did you know?
I didn't know. I was locked in on what he was doing. That's a tough one, Max. But I don't think Max cares about that kind of stuff. He's worried about going out there, helping the team, helping us win. He pitched a heck of a game, so I think he's happy coming away with the win, especially in a spot like this against the Rays, who, they always give us a tough 3 games, not let alone 4 games. So it's, I'm quite happy to come away with the win.
What have you thought of Max so far through his first few outings for you guys?
Incredible. Everything that people have said about him from afar, he's the real deal. And to see it up close and to see him come out here, and especially when you miss a guy like Garrett Cole who you can't replace, and you're able to kind of sub in a Max Fried to kind of go and do that, be that ace for us, it's been fun to watch.
Every ball in the air seems like it was so much trouble for outfielders this series. I mean, you played a lot of games here. Was it something about these days in particular, or was it just the weather or whatever? Yeah, the wind was howling in all series, which is, I haven't seen it like that, since probably playing in the minor leagues here. And then the sun sets kind of right behind home plate, so all the outfielders kind of have a tough time with everything, plus the high skies. So it's definitely a tough outfield, but when you got some of the best outfielders in the game, roaming out there with Grish, Belly, and what JD's been doing, it's, easy task for those guys. Is it a situation, though, do you think, where, like, the more you play in a place like this, the more you get comfortable there, or is it just when the wind's doing that, it's not gonna?
It's just, you go back to the experience of playing in situations like that, and you just got to go out there and be an athlete. I think that's what those guys did.
As a fellow outfielder, how much do you respect the play that Grisham made, not only to make a diving play, but the double play to get a guy at second? Yeah,
it's incredible. Not only making the diving play, but just having the self-awareness to know that, hey, this guy might tag up on this. Just I got to come up throwing, and he comes up with an accurate throw to get it in there. And he's been doing incredible things. Especially leading off the game with a homer, and then making a diving play like that. He's doing it all right now for us.
You knew you were getting a really good pitcher when you guys signed Fried, but what have you learned from being around him the last couple months and seeing him behind the scenes and what kind of guy he is?
He just dives into his teammates. I think that's been the coolest thing, is the days he's not pitching. He's there talking to me about my hitting. He's there asking me questions about what I do. He's talking to other pitchers about what they're trying to do, so he can kind of be like a resource or just a sounding board. So I think seeing that as a guy that's on top of his game, is one of the best pitchers. He's trying to get to know his teammates, try to pour into them and help them out a little bit. So it's, he's a total package.
You guys won the series, but you did it in 3 different ways. How much of a lift for the ball club is it when you can do things like that?
Yeah, when you have great pitching performances, some games not even hitting the homer and getting the job done, moving guys over, hitting with guys in scoring position, and then you have days where the long ball takes over. It's a complete team. Guys up and down the lineup are doing their job, and not one guy's just trying to be the hero. So it makes it fun.